Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Scope. It's the only show with spam on the menu. I'm your announcer, Tony Partington. Coming up on this edition of The Scope...
It's the first show in our new cycle, so that means we're talking all the hot news stories of the moment. Plus, we're going to tell you what's on top in pop culture. Stick around.
And now, here are your hosts, Jared, Adam, and Shane.
Hey, Scope fans, episode 152 in the house. I just want to pre-warn everyone, we've got a new microphone set up, new camera set up, Jared. You've been working very hard, so we're going to be working on our mic technique.
Brand new radio compression settings. Hey, folks.
Very, very exciting,
What
Jared.
you want to do is you want to talk across the microphone as much as possible.
Jared's got a new mic.
Yes.
Adam and I have new mic stands. What are these called, Jared? What's the technical term?
Scissor boom arms.
Scissor boom arms.
I don't know.
They're scissoring.
Yeah.
They're
right
scissoring.
now.
So just bear with us. So we've got a big show planned, but
All right, so news.
We are on a bit of a schedule today because I have got the annual Al Olympics. Now, we've talked about that before. That is the yearly competition set up by music critic Al, in which...
Wow, what a champion.
He is a champion.
Okay, I always thought this was at the cabin. This is not at the cabin?
No, it used to be at the cabin.
Oh, okay.
At our summer vacation.
Yeah.
We changed it to a one-day event simply because it just kind of took up the entire vacation week. So we compress all three games.
What's wrong with that?
Well, you like to do other things. You like to drink, you like to go where you want to go.
Are any of them outdoors? Today is not a great day.
Not outdoors.
Okay.
We play three games. We play Yahtzee, which is that's the last game. That's the grand finale.
Naked Yahtzee?
Naked Yahtzee.
All right.
You know me and my love of Yahtzee, as well as Al's love of Yahtzee.
I hate Yahtzee.
You got to play with us.
Why?
It's fun,
I'd hate it even more.
We can show you how it's done. The middle game...
The skill of rolling dice and being lucky?
Yeah, something like that. The middle game is Sorry, Jared. Now, Sorry is probably the least skill-based because you can campaign to get other people to knock your peg off. And for some reason, the little kids like to go after me.
Yeah.
So I oftentimes do not do well in Sorry. I try to keep it quiet, keep a low profile, but...
You don't want to call too much attention to yourself.
No, you don't. You want to stay under the radar. It's very much Survivor in Parker Brothers world.
A game of Sorry. For those of you that have not played Sorry in a long time, you may not remember this. You don't get your little piece out...
Until you draw a one or a two. Two, you can draw two cards.
I once finished a game with all of my pieces still in their home row, and someone had finished.
That happens all the time.
It's very frustrating.
You're saying you actually let someone finish before you?
Yes.
Wow.
It's the first time in history.
I didn't let it happen. It happened.
Give myself a rim shot for that.
That's
a rim shot.
That's also part of Adam's joke.
Very clear distinction.
And the first game we're playing is the sometimes very difficult Racco. Do you know this game?
No.
So you have
Plinko?
you have a series of cards between numbered 1 to 60, and the idea is you have 10 slots in a little holder, and you want to order them from lowest to highest. So you're swapping out cards, trying to get a series of numbers. Now they don't have to be consecutive, but you get more points if you can have like a series of 4 cards that are like 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, a run or a set.
A run or a set, exactly.
This is like Rummy Cube.
Yep,
if you've ever,
it's similar to that.
Rummy Cube is a game I remember playing with my mother an awful lot.
There we
back
go.
When I was a wee tot.
Well, guess what, folks? I am the returning Olympic champion. I won for the first time last year, so I'm defending my crown. It felt pretty good.
That's good.
And Al did not get 1 point, and usually he is right in the mix.
Now you have to. The trophy is recycled every year, right?
Yep. So it's sort of like the Stanley Cup.
All right.
You get your name engraved, and by engraved I mean written with the ballpoint pen on the side of the wood panel. It is
a very fancy job.
It's 5 CDs shaped to look like the Olympic rings. Yeah, it's an impressive trophy
on a refined mahogany wooden base,
something
right?
like that.
Yeah.
Mahogany. Balsa wood.
It's carved. It's intricately routed.
Yep.
It's stained a glorious...
Not stained.
Oh. I'm trying to paint a picture for the audience.
So...
By lying.
I should have brought it. I could have actually had it right here.
Yeah.
Right in camera view.
Well, that's how you fail the show for the
know.
first time. We're going to keep track.
Yeah, this is just this episode. So we're going to try to keep it short.
Yeah.
We're going to try to keep it sweet. We're already
How's that
failing.
going? Yeah.
So quickly, very, very quickly, I want to talk football.
Okay. Yeah.
Why?
All right, cut it off. Okay, so we are
Just a taste.
we are pushing our way towards the Scoper Bowl, which everyone knows is Vikings versus Redskins.
Man,
now,
how happy are we that we didn't buy these tickets yet?
and everybody knows that the Vikings and Redskins both made the playoffs last year, so there were high expectations for these teams to really bring it.
Yeah.
So as of this recording, the Redskins record is the same as the Vikings, believe it or not.
Just as good.
Just as good.
Yeah.
That record would
Teams
be
are pacing each other.
0-3. So we are one of 5 or 6 teams in the league that does not have a win.
Yep. And we keep dropping down the power rankings.
Yeah,
Usually the Vikings and the Washington football squad are right next to each other. I won't say the name.
Low 20s.
Yeah, some people might say that the Vikings are in the top 3 worst teams in the league right now. I've seen
They
that.
did lose to a team that has apparently given up on the season
Yeah,
last week
by
at home.
putting in their third string quarterback, trading off their number 1 draft pick. It's terrible. We're talking about the Cleveland Browns. The Redskins just finding ways to lose in all sorts of...
Not even just fine. Just being
losing.
bad. Just not being... They're not a good team. I don't know.
So let me throw this to Jared. We talked about the Christian Ponder situation.
Yes.
This recording happens before the Vikings play in
London
which
on Sunday.
We've got a correspondent there.
As this is released, it will have been yesterday when the Vikings lose for the 4th time.
Yep.
Oh, what?
You believe the Vikings will lose?
I just don't have any confidence in this team until they show me something. Although they are playing the Steelers, who are also, what, are they 0-3 as well?
They're 0-3 as well.
So, sorry, London, you get a great game.
Something's got to give.
They could tie.
I pretty much said that Christian Ponder would be out as starting quarterback after the bye week, which is the week off, which follows this particular game.
Yes.
The Vikings are 1 game ahead of schedule. Christian Ponder has hurt ribs. So
Right.
Matt Castle, journeyman, is in for starting quarterback, Jared. Is he going to do any better?
Marginally.
Marginally.
That's about all I can say.
Maybe,
I don't have
maybe
any...
that's all the Vikings need.
Now, look at Castle. He had a really, really great year with the Patriots when he had to take over for Tom Brady.
Yeah.
He had
How long ago was that?
2008,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
He was it 2010 or 2000. I think it was 2010. He had a really good year with the Chiefs. He was with them for 4 years.
Yes.
Then the following 2 years were terrible.
Yep.
And there was regime change. Castle was out, and now he's with the Vikings. So the potential is there. I mean, but we could also say the potential was there for Ponder too. But I feel like Castle has probably been more consistent when he's been playing well.
Yes.
So
Well, we'll
fingers
have to
crossed.
see.
Who knows? I'm not supremely confident that he's going to be the change that we can believe in.
The reality is the Vikings, because of the power running back they have to prove that they can make passes, because teams, all they do is bring the heat every single time. And if the Vikings aren't running that play, it doesn't matter. You still got 8 guys in the box coming to get you. So
A lot of guys in that box.
yeah.
Now, the big variable is that we have fullback Jerome Felton, Pro Bowl fullback Jerome Felton.
He's
is
back.
back from suspension. I hope that makes a big difference.
Well, I've always said that the one position that changes an entire football team's personality is the fullback.
You have.
I'm just saying.
No, I'm not. I'm not mocking you.
As
I'm
far as
mocking
getting
us.
Adrian Peterson moving again, I mean, let's not discount what Felton brings to the game.
We need the horse. Adam, let's flip it over to your team. I have not paid any attention to them other than the fact their record is the same as the Vikings. What is going on with the Redskins? What can they do to turn it around, or is this season over?
They have the worst defense by yardage in 40 years.
Which is great because that's going to help me out with fantasy this week. I'm projected to get about 80 points.
Oh, because you have people. You have.
Who do they play this week?
They play the Raiders.
Yeah.
Oh, you
I have
have
Darren
Another
McFadden.
not great team.
McFadden, I expect about 14 points out of.
Yeah. So yeah, just the worst defense. RG3 hasn't been running the ball.
He's not back up to speed yet,
Probably not.
even though they wouldn't admit that.
Right. And yeah, it's going to be rough. They lead the league in missed tackles.
And that's all mental.
It's mental, and it's something that they probably didn't focus on during
Which is amazing
summer.
because these guys are professionals, and you would think things like tackling would not have to be focused on. It would be, people would be so close, across the skill board that it's just a matter of fine tuning. It's not basic fundamentals, Jared.
Right.
But
all fundamentals.
It's all fundamentals.
At this level, a lot of it is mental.
Yeah, it has to
You know,
be.
If you're in the NFL, you have a particular set of skills, like Liam Neeson.
Hide under the bed. That's what the Redskins should do. They should
No,
hide
I mean,
under
if
the
you're
bed.
good enough to be starting and playing in the NFL, then you have the skills necessary to do the job. So if you're not doing it, a lot of it's mental.
Something else is
Unless
there.
you're injured, but
Before we move on to news, Adam,
Yes.
what are the Redskins going to do in terms of record this year? They're 0-3. Are they going to even be a 500 team?
13-3.
Wow, they're turning around.
Wow,
Jared,
13 straight wins.
Jared probably
that
not.
would be unprecedented, but good job.
Jared, my guess you're not as optimistic about the Vikings. Will they even be 8-8?
I still think they can manage an 8-8. Maybe 7-9 is more realistic.
Yeah.
But if you start looking at stats on how teams can, if they start 0-2, 0-3 to make the playoffs, it's nearly impossible.
Nearly impossible. Yeah, I think the Vikings are about a 6-win team this year.
Okay.
And I think Leslie Frazier's job will be in question. At least, or
potentially.
And I will almost guarantee you we will not have the same offensive coordinator next year.
Very likely, because he's been very unimaginative and is not getting what he needs to out of the players and the talent he has.
Exactly.
One quick question before we wrap up NFL. Will the Vikings trade for Josh Freeman, as has been rumored that they have an interest in?
No.
I want to say no. I want them not to, but I feel like they're going to.
Who do they trade to get him?
Adrian Peterson.
It would be a draft pick.
Draft pick.
Yeah, it would be like a number 1 draft pick next year, maybe, or maybe a second rounder.
Well,
I don't know.
I was reading that because they've basically put this out there that no one's going to pay more than a 5th round, and Freeman's contract was before the new rookie
Sure,
structure.
so it's really expensive.
So either
Yeah.
the Bucks need to eat all of that, and then maybe they get a higher draft pick from him, or he's just stuck there until they're done.
and I think the Vikings are stupid if they do, because chances are he'll get released next year, and then
Yes.
they can make a play for him in free agency
There
if
we
they
go.
really want him. There's a lot of quarterback talent coming out from the draft next year, so
Let's not get crazy.
that's my final word on it.
Final word. Well, let's get crazy about what's coming up on the scope. We have got an all Adam show. It's all news.
He brought his headband.
He brought his headband.
So he can keep himself.
He's got to keep the sweat from getting in his eyes because he's got so much news.
What's with the face?
I got a lot of feedback last time about all the sweat on my brow.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So let's cover that up. I need
Yeah.
one of
I
those when I
deleted-
play tennis.
Adam, I deleted all those comments just to spare your feelings.
Stupid YouTube comments.
Jared's going to go and digitally and erase it from now on, too, so you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wrote about all those drops.
I love it. We've also got Coming Soon, which is our take on all the upcoming future pop culture events, TV's news, TV music, whatever. We've got
TV
it all.
music.
TV music. I
All
love
right.
it. It's all about TV soundtrack.
The Friends theme song. Best TV music.
Yep,
right?
Rembrandt's in the house.
Yep.
So everybody, why don't you stick around? We got a little more scope coming up right after this.
Fightem Interactive presents Rhythms from the Crypt, the best of sudden death.
Can you hear me now? What the hell did he say? Can you hear me now? Damn, it sucks to get old. Huh? Damn it.
Stand back, I'm playing Pac-Man. I'll play some more Pac-Man.
Featuring 42 tracks on 2 CDs or 1 really big digital download, remixed, remastered, and in some cases completely re-recorded to sound as good as possible.
Lasers, cameras, bathroom, you're down with PMS? Yeah, you know us. You're down with PMS? Yeah, you know us.
Pop pop goes the pimple, Pop pop goes
My Atari! Turn off all the lights and bask in the glory of a 2-bit sprite.
Rhythms from the Crypt, the best of sudden death is available now on iTunes, Amazon, Bandcamp, The Fump, DevoSpice.com, or wherever funny music is sold.
I'm bored.
Under the scope. Oh, hey, we're back. It's the scope, episode 152.
Catch you unawares there.
Yes.
All right.
And guess what?
Yeah.
Under the scope.
Uh-huh.
And-
What part of it?
News. Adam's been scouring the internet for everything.
He's gonna do so much. I can just sit back with my coffee.
Yep, Jared, just take a sip. Delicious.
Slurp.
Homemade latte.
Oh.
Doesn't get much better.
It,
I got one of those Bialetti mochas, those little stovetop espresso things. Good stuff.
and that's all the time we have for news.
Where we got a hard out.
I believe you mean espresso.
You're right. You're right. I do mean espresso.
Espresso. Well, express your feelings, Adam.
All
with,
right.
with the latest news headlines. Go ahead.
All right. So my favorite. What?
I don't know who that was for, but I'm insulted.
My favorite news story
I
this
was
week
immediately bored with Adam.
was related to Apple. This week, of course, or I guess last week technically, Apple released the iPhone 5S and 4C or
Actually,
5C.
almost 2 weeks ago. By the time this is
No.
out, come on,
Right?
come
It was
on.
a week and a half. It was
the
Friday.
20th. It was my birthday.
Yeah.
We'll probably talk more about that in another show.
All right. But that's not the story that I thought was the best. My favorite story was about how Martha Stewart was upset with
Yes.
Apple
My wife was talking to me about this last night.
Apple would not come and fix her iPad for her.
You know, Steve Jobs gave it to her.
Yes.
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs gave it to her. Yeah, get off my lawn.
So this
I'm
all
writing
started,
that down.
This all started on Wednesday when Martha Stewart tweeted, "I just dropped my iPad on the ground and shattered 2 glass corners.
Uh-oh.
What to do? Does one call Apple to come and pick it up, or do I take
I
it?"
like how she uses proper grammar. Does one call out?
Adam, I'm so impressed with how you're not popping your peas over there.
Thank you.
I'm enamored with your performance. So
Am
far.
I
Go ahead.
Am I popping my
You're popping
peas?
a little bit, but it depends on where you are.
I
If
will
you're
remind
talking
you.
right into it, you're fine.
He's got mush mouth. What does he know?
That is very true.
That's
My
true.
job is to speak publicly in front of adults.
God, I got such a tech boner for you. Go ahead.
I would like to watch you speak publicly.
You just watch
in
my
front
mouth.
of adults.
Just watch my mouth move.
What's in the news, Adam?
We're going.
Sorry, hard out. We have a hard out.
Jared trying to push it forward,
Hard
but
out.
throwing in sound effects.
Go ahead.
So this continued for most of Wednesday, Thursday, and into Friday, with Stewart adding tweets like, "Maybe I have a good entrepreneurial idea. Apple now. Like same-day delivery from Amazon. I think I'm onto something. Same day, fix it. 3 exclamation marks, because that's what ladies always do.
Why doesn't she just go to the Apple store and buy a new one, or send her stupid personal assistant to get one?
It's bizarre. So
Apple now. I'm going to write that down.
now it's your idea. So I guess at some point Apple PR got annoyed that she was doing this, and so
Yeah.
she tweeted about how Apple Public Relations is mad at me for tweeting about my iPad and how to get it fixed. Steve Jobs gave it to me, meaning it's either an iPad 1 or 2. So she does not have a Retina iPad.
No.
She has
It's garbage. Throw it out.
Gone.
What do you even need it for?
Yeah, exactly. She should have just let it stay broken. Anyway,
How about don't drop your iPad? How about that?
she called in to the Today Show to talk
Whoa.
about it. So that was
Matt
to
Lawler?
put the rumors of her feuding at rest. Where she basically was like, the cracked glass is sharp and can cut. I was just upset that someone or I was clumsy and let the iPad fall out.
Is she mad that Apple created glass that can break?
Didn't she say that
Yes,
she
she said-
wanted
Go ahead.
unbreakable glass?
She said, "Let's talk turkey. iPads, addictive, awesome, expensive. Glass should/could be unbreakable. That the iPad works with cracked corners is great." I guess it could be fully, less breakable, but that's just going to make
bulletproof
it
glass?
more expensive. So
and thicker
right?
Look,
and heavier. Look, Jared.
this is what I don't get. Martha Stewart probably has plenty of money.
I heard that pee pop.
I know. I'm working on it too. Adam is just a shining beacon of hope for all of us to achieve.
You guys can do it. Don't worry.
But she can afford a new iPad. She could afford the best iPad. She could get LTE 64 gigabytes Retina screen, no problem. Why is she pitching such a fit?
It's very strange.
What's the deal?
Maybe she heard all those stories about people waiting in line, and she thought they were for iPads, not for 5S.
And she's just wondering where's hers. She should
Yes.
have it delivered. The ghost of Steve
have
Jobs
to
should bring her an updated model.
Keep in mind that Martha Stewart's like...
Is she on house arrest? Is
she's
that
like
did
in
she
the-
do something again?
She's awfully close to 70 if she isn't. She doesn't understand how these things work. She may not even know that there are Apple stores.
She's still posting on Twitter.
She hasn't figured out how to turn it on.
I
She
think,
just
I think
figures
that
that
her assistants are helping her, Jared.
You think somebody else is posting on Twitter?
I think
causing
that she has
false
ideas.
fracas.
She has ideas, and people are helping her.
Well,
put it
when
out
she there. did go on the Today, or she called into the Today Show
Yeah.
on Friday and insisted she was not feuding with Apple. She
Okay.
claimed that she knows Apple doesn't make house calls. I've been to Apple stores. She
That was
said.
before she was under house arrest, which she must currently be under, for otherwise she would have made a personal appearance.
Exactly.
Instead of calling in.
Let's talk about some TV shows.
Okay.
Yeah.
So far we're covering everything that's going to happen in the Nerd Roundtable next week. So
Sweet.
Oh, really?
no, just keep going, and I'll cut you off when you need
Next
to.
week's gonna be really boring. How about?
Yeah.
Did you guys watch the Constantine movie?
I feel like I may have, but I don't remember. it at all.
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu- yeah.
I feel
Perfectly
like
cast as John Constantine.
I feel like I got it from Netflix at one point, but
I like that movie. It did not get reviewed well at all. People that were fans of Constantine the comic and Hellraiser, they did not like it.
He's a terrible casting decision
Yeah,
for that
I-
movie.
yeah.
in most
Absolutely
cases,
terrible.
Keanu Reeves is a terrible casting
Yeah.
decision.
Except Bill and Ted. That's the only one where he wasn't. Well,
I think he was decent in The Matrix. Sorry, I'm standing by that.
And they kept
NBC
him
has
quiet.
ordered
Yeah.
a pilot for a new Constantine TV show. Constantine, if you're unawares, is about a man who.
No need to say anymore.
All right.
I am in 100%.
I love shows
about a
about men. Mm-hmm. We don't need any female protagonists.
No.
He is an
They
an-
only bring it down. Unless they're in
I
the
hear
kitchen
ya.
cooking dinner.
He's an anti-hero, and he deals with hell.
Okay.
That's good enough.
so it's an autobiography story
for
Adam.
me. Yeah. Here's probably the biggest issue.
Yes.
David S. Goyer will executive produce.
And David S. Goyer, best known for what?
Ruining Superman?
He's got a decent. He's got other good things on his resume, though, doesn't he?
I know. Okay, recently. What have you
Okay.
done for me recently, David S. Goyer?
I don't know.
Who do you think David
Let's look him up.
Goyer is that David S. Goyer needed to include the S?
Probably some slob,
Probably some slob.
Hollywood slob.
The Emmys were
Writer Batman Begins.
The Emmys were last week.
Mm-hmm.
And some good stuff happened there, but my favorite anecdote about it,
Yes.
John Hamm and Amy Poehler hosted a losers only Emmy after party.
Yes, they did.
In support of a charity, Worldwide Orphans. Winners were allowed in, but they had to make a charitable donation.
They did it. Like $1,000, something like that.
Yeah, I like that.
I didn't realize how many times both Amy and John have lost.
Yes,
I saw the invitation. It was very clever.
Yeah, it was like 11-time loser Amy Poehler and 7-time loser John Hamm. Invite you to something like that.
Isn't it weird how Hollywood has this huge?
Adam couldn't finish that sentence without having to hydrate. That was awesome.
I'm the Marco Rubio of this show.
He's parched.
That's good.
Isn't it weird how
He's an up-and-comer.
Hollywood has this huge hard-on for Tina Fey and Amy Poehler? I mean,
What do you mean?
everything they've got to host every single show. The hosting was so terrible in the Emmys, but Amy Poehler and Tina Fey, when they were there, it was great. Which I didn't even think they were that great on there.
Did
At
they
least-
host the Emmys or the Golden Globes?
Whatever. They
just saying.
host the Golden Globes. They've been asked to do it again.
I thought Neil Patrick Harris had like universal acclaim on his Emmy job. Is that not true?
Not for this particular one.
But are they blaming him or are they blaming the writers?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Okay.
I think some
Very
of
good question.
the pacing was odd. Critics did not like the opening bit, I guess.
Sure.
Which I
But that's
thought
not
was-
necessarily
was
his fault,
okay.
though.
Yeah. I thought it was sort of clever that they had all the past hosts right there.
I don't watch the show.
Yeah. Well, in my house, you watch every single award show. It doesn't matter. Looking
What
forward
about
to
the Nick Awards?
yes,
Teen
yes,
Choice Awards?
Yes.
Is that what that is? Can't
yes.
remember.
The only thing we don't watch is the BET Awards, and we all know why we don't watch the BET Awards.
Right.
Because they don't get that
No,
channel.
wink at the. There you go.
Wow.
Not at me.
You're handsome.
Thank you. A couple more TV things.
I'm out of
Dexter
coffee.
ended.
Yeah,
Did
I
you guys
know.
ever watch Dexter?
I did.
Never
I watched the whole
seen
run.
one episode.
I
Jared.
watched the whole run, and the finale was a bunch of horseshit.
So
hated it.
Yeah, I heard it was disappointing.
It's terrible.
my
Season 8 overall was bad.
Jared, what's the word on the street?
Terrible.
So you're saying it might have been kind of good?
Look at my news story for this. That will tell
Yeah,
you.
finish, Johnny.
It says,
That's my whole story.
yeah, finish Dexter.
My whole
Dexter
story
ends
is
terribly. Put it up to the
Dexter
camera.
ends.
Let's see if we
I
can
don't
see
know
it.
if it'll actually come in.
I have autofocus turned off. Just don't even
There you
bother.
go. Dex-
He
Why
got
you-
it. He got it.
All right. Maybe I have it
Dexter
turned on.
ends terribly.
Adam's got great mic technique. He's got great camera technique.
One more Emmy story. Netflix.
I'm just gonna go home. Wait,
became
I am home.
the first online firm to win a primetime Emmy.
Was there no follow up to that Dexter story?
No, that was it. Dexter ends terribly.
Okay, great.
That's a story.
I just wanted to confirm.
I thought
that.
maybe there was some
If you are one of
illumination.
those people that's like, "Oh, Dexter ended. I'm going to watch it now." That's fine. Go to season 4 and stop watching after that.
That's probably good advice.
The AV Club gave the finale an F.
Wow.
The last episode, and they gave like most of the season Ds. And
I was watching it and I just started losing interest as it was progressing.
Yeah.
So I was doing other things. I was on the internet. I was probably folding laundry. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anything, but it was like, and it was weird because I knew in my head as I was watching, I'm like, this is the series finale. There are no more Dexters after this.
Yeah.
Maybe you should pay attention to see how this thing resolves. And I'm like,
I put over 100 hours of my life into watching this show. It's
Yeah.
coming to a close. I don't care. That is a good example of a bad a show ending badly.
yeah.
That's
If I had an Adam Sandler soundboard, I would be playing the line, "You blew it."
Okay, so yeah, Netflix won an Emmy. They're the first online company to do that. That was kind of big news.
For
That
what
was
television
For
program?
House of Cards.
okay.
Yep.
Maybe next year they'll win. That Orange is the New Black. People seem to like that a whole bunch.
That's really
too.
good. I got to finish watching House of Cards. It sort of fell through the cracks for me.
We have
I've
time
watched
for-
part of it.
For
Go ahead.
one
Finish
more
watching
story?
The Wire. Go ahead. One more.
All
quick
right, this is
story.
a video game story.
Okay. For what video game?
computers.
Okay.
Personal
Ooh.
computers.
Are we talking about Steam,
Yes.
perhaps? All right.
Valve made some big announcements this week. Valve is a company that originally was just a developer and publisher of video games, but they, a few years ago, created Steam, which is a digital distribution service for video games mostly. And this week they made 3 big announcements, basically to remind people, hey, there's 2 new consoles coming out in 7 weeks, but we're still here. So on Monday, they announced Steam OS, which is a Linux-based operating system.
Lennox, like the heater company?
Yes.
Like Lennox Lewis, the prize fighter.
boxer, yeah. Linux. Valve has been trying to get top-tier publishers to develop games for both Windows and Linux.
So far, your reporting is correct,
now.
yes.
He's not letting that Lennox go, is he?
And
It's his favorite singer,
All right.
Annie Lennox.
Who knew? I didn't know she was so into computer games.
and games that are currently being developed for the PS4 and the Xbox One, they'll kind of have to do most of the things in the middle. They can't program just for one console or the other, and that should make it easier to support the Steam OS. On Wednesday, they
Heard a little
announced
pee-pop
the
from Adam.
damn it,
Right.
the Steam
Turn
box.
the mic
It was
off.
a good run,
enough
though.
of this.
Good run.
They announced the Steam Box, which is a combo gaming, PC, and set-top box.
Just
Now-
one quick story is all we said. One last quick story.
No, I follow up on this. Now, I'm a little confused by this. So there like going to be multiple boxes, like different configurations and
right
stuff
now,
like that?
right now there are.
Okay.
That's
They're trying to beta test and figure out what the best format is their best configuration.
Yeah, 300
Physical.
users will get. Probably, I'm guessing.
Will you get
different
one?
ones. Considering that like 300,000 people signed up in the first day, I'm doubtful.
Hey, it's
So you're
Better
telling
odds-
me there's a chance.
I signed
better
up.
odds than winning the lottery.
Also, one cool thing about this, if you have a game that is not a Linux game,
Linux, come on.
the Steam Box will have the
Linux.
ability to actually stream the games from your Windows or Mac computer.
Really?
If it's a native game. So it'll stream over your network. So who knows what that'll actually be like. Probably first-person shooters, that wouldn't be great. But for lots of games,
Sure.
that would probably work pretty well.
You know, if you're a big-time Lemmings player.
Exactly.
Classic Frogger, I say.
Yeah. And then the last thing they announced, this is kind of the most controversial. They announced a controller
Yeah, I
on
saw
Friday.
that.
And the whole internet, the nerd internet anyway, went all crazy about it.
Because, of course, they hate it before they've even tried
Right.
it.
They hate it.
It's very strange looking.
Garbage.
It's shaped like an Xbox controller for the
It
most
is.
part, except there's no thumbsticks.
Like it's carved out.
There's dual trackpads.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be very sensitive, like
Yeah.
approaching mouse sensitivity, and they are clickable as well.
Yeah. And the middle will be a touch screen that games can have, 1,000 different icons on, or 4, whatever. And you can,
1,000 might be pushing it.
Yeah, that's a lot of icons.
It wouldn't make for very good usability, but I
No,
think
but they could do
would
it.
Support
That's the beauty of an open system.
Yeah. So they're going to be available next year. They're going to be beta testing at the end of this year and into next year. And I don't know. It'd be kind of interesting to see if it works. Valve has a lot of money, so
They do.
it's at least worth them trying, right?
They've sort of done a really good job of sort of standardizing the PC gaming experience. So
Yeah.
they have they already have their lean back interface. If you happen to have your PC attached to a television,
That's where it actually plays the song "Lean Back" whenever you
That is
boot it up.
could be one of the. I got to get it.
Yep.
I'm in on it.
Killer app.
hard out.
Hard out. All right. So is that it for news, Adam?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on to coming soon. We've got a big week coming up.
Yeah. Look at all this.
Big week.
All right. Music for the week of October 1st. We've got Haim.
That's not how it's pronounced.
I assume Corey Haim's band.
Pronounced Haim. That's my album pick of the week.
All right, but it's not your.
It's not your hit it or miss it though.
I can't do it. So
It's mine.
Oh, right.
What is Haim?
it's a trio of ladies. They're sort of a
never mind.
they're sort of a buzz LA rock band they've been getting comparisons to Fleetwood Mac. I don't know if Fleetwood Mac is appropriate just because they have female lead singers, but they've got a song that's burning up the charts called "The Wire." I've been listening to it on XM quite a bit
You've
over
been
the last.
watching The Wire on HBO Go. Is what you're doing.
I'm gonna check my current Song of the Day podcast and see if it's in the list there.
I've been hearing it on XM for
Nope.
for
Not
a
a song of the
good
day.
for a good month or so, and I just heard it for the first time yesterday on the current. So it's very poppy.
Cool.
So give it a try.
I'll give it a try. Justin Timberlake has the 2020 Experience Part 2. Are these just remixes from the first one?
I have no
Very
idea.
strange.
I'm not as big a fan of
You're not coming.
Timberlake.
You don't come to the scope for JT news. Come
No.
on, we're
Some
not
people
experts
probably
here.
do.
Well, then they're probably wasting a lot of time.
They probably
I'm
are.
just saying.
Deltron 3030, Dr. Dog. A lot of people like the Dr. Dog.
Yeah, I'm hit it or miss it with them.
I'm more of a Professor Cat fan.
All right, that's fair. I didn't go to fucking medical school for 8 years to be called Mr. Dog, God damn it.
Exactly.
Call me Dr. Dog.
Dog MD.
Hey, Korn has an album coming
Even if
out.
he licks his own nutsack?
You spelled corn wrong, by the way. The R is supposed to be backwards.
Yeah.
Work on that. Typesetting. Come on.
Korn has an album. Melt Banana. Is Melt Banana the cool band name of the week?
Sure.
pick?
Melt banana.
Yep. Melt
Okay.
Melt hyphen banana.
Melt banana.
I don't like it.
I don't
I don't
either.
like it.
Moby has an album coming out. I feel like he hasn't had an album for a long time. Maybe that's just because he hasn't had like a big album in a while.
I don't know for sure. I didn't
right.
do the research.
And
He's been
Yuck.
holding out for soundtrack work.
Mr. Yuck has an album coming out.
Mr.
But he's
Yuck.
dropped the Mr. and it's just Yuck.
I put that in there just because music critic Al has turned me onto a few of their songs.
Man, that Church's album is good.
I don't agree.
You're wrong.
It's
I
purely
like the,
average.
I like the tidbits I've heard, but I'm not a huge electropop
Sissy
fan,
girl
so-
singer band. I can get
I
it.
don't mind that, but it just like
You
I don't
just
know.
talked about how you liked Haim.
They have a little rougher edge.
Movies
It's Haim.
for
It rhymes
I'm
with
holding
rhyme.
I'm holding out for Feldman.
I'm yeah. Well, at least he's alive. So,
Hard out.
Movies.
Whoops,
Jared took it to task.
I wanted that.
We've got Runner.
I did not win passes for that. Affleck's in that one. He's acting.
Oh, yeah.
Did you win passes to Gravity, by the way?
No, I
We
did.
just
I had
got an
entered.
email.
Nope. Unless I had. Let me check.
Keep
ahead.
going, Adam.
DVD and Blu-ray. We've got Columbo Season 1.
I know.
Thanks for
I put that
including
in there for you.
This is
You've
the
been
end?
asking about it.
Hey, I watched This Is the End last week, and I am going to overrule your scope score and give it a 4 out of 4.
It's not a 4-star movie.
That is
absolutely
hilarious.
not.
That is one of the funniest movies I've seen in a long time.
Jared, turn his mic off.
It's front loaded.
And
It is absolutely front loaded.
I don't think so. I think it's funnier as it gets.
You're
towards the
wrong.
end.
Although it is funny when Craig Robinson is yelling, "Take your panties off" as he's swinging his towel and attacking the demon.
I think the whole thing's funny.
I'm not saying it's bad. What did we give it? We have 3 and a change, didn't
You're
we?
at 3 1/4.
Come
I think.
on.
I'm overruling.
You can't.
Oh.
What?
You can't come to. You don't come to the movie with us. You don't get that score.
Tell you what.
Wizard of Oz 75th anniversary.
You can counteract us if you record your own Adam Edition review.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, do that, punk.
Finally, video games.
YouTube
Man, we're
exclusive.
getting to the end of these consoles. We've got NBA 2K14.
Yep.
That's a basketball game. We've got World of Tanks for the Xbox 360.
I played a bit of the beta of that.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Whatever.
Don't
That was
get
a
it.
popular PC
Guys,
game.
it's tanks. It's
Yeah,
a world of tanks.
But they don't.
There's
they're-
nothing else in this world.
They move slow.
In a world
In a-
of tanks.
in a world.
in a world where tanks are people.
You didn't pop those peas.
Because I talked across the mic and
that's good.
I was conscious of it.
And Rain for the PSP. I don't know what that is. Not heavy.
In a
Rain.
world.
You can rein them in. You can just hit your P's like that. You don't have to go puh.
No popping peas. Right?
Don't do
Is
it.
that good? Did I do it?
No, you did
Pop? Did I not pop them?
Stop it. I'm going to turn off your mic.
All right. So
I'm just going to
that's
change the P to
that's
a
all of
different
the
letter.
coming
Yes.
soons,
Lopping.
except for one thing. Do we have a song? We have a thing for this yet?
For what?
Hit it or miss
Hit
it?
it or miss
No,
it.
we don't.
So we've got
I
our
ran out
hit,
of time.
Hit it or miss it.
Again.
Hit it or miss it pick of the week.
Hit it or miss
And who
it.
gets to do it? Adam gets to do it?
I get to.
Adam
what's
gets to do it.
What is your
I'm
hit or miss?
Picking a movie that comes out this
Oh.
week, October 4th, and that is I don't know what happened there. Gravity.
Okay.
The movie Gravity. Has our review already gone?
It is up.
for
I posted it.
And we'll be talking about
Last
it a little bit more
Friday.
next week.
So good.
Great movie.
Go see it this week.
See it in 3D. I'm actually going to recommend the 3D.
Really?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's worth it. It's
Absolutely.
not distracting. I was not fatigued by it like I so often am by
Nope.
3D. So
All right.
And
I'll do that. It's a
probably because it
good,
takes place in outer space
yeah.
and there's not a lot of background
Yeah.
junk.
You got your astronaut in the front in black with stars in the back.
Yeah.
Sometimes with the Earth down there.
Or a space station crumbling. Stuff like that.
This is by the Children of Men guy, right?
Yes. That's who we forgot to mention in our review, Jared.
Yeah, I know. I thought
And
of
that
it.
is one of the greatest movies I've seen in the
great.
last 10 years.
I
Fantastic.
love that movie. Cool. I'm really excited.
So there
for
we
it.
go. Well, everybody, thank you.
Yeah.
That was our Scope News / coming soon. Now it's / comments. Jared.
Under the scope.
Time to shine, big boy.
Time to shine. Boy, Adam just talked so much. Now it's
did.
my chance to get some words
It
in.
is.
So these comments are either from episode 149 or just in general comments that are not episode specific. Keith writes, he says, great job all around, Scope host. By far my favorite episode since your last Hit the Post segment.
Wow, I'm shocked.
And our last Hit the Post segment was probably back in year 1.
So we've had really bad episodes.
Oh, big old trough there. I'm glad we hit another peak for you, Keith. Hey, maybe share that favorite episode of yours with your friends.
Yeah.
You know, just saying.
Watch it on YouTube.
John Norton, friend of the show, he writes in, just wanted to pop in here and tell you guys how much I'm enjoying the weekly show. It's always nice to have more of you guys. The video is great too. Without it, we'd never have known that the Scope basement apparently contains a tanning bed.
Ouch.
That's a reference to Shane's camera apparently doing some auto white balance correction occasionally.
We're figuring it out.
Yeah, I've turned that off and I've just got it hard set to the standard warm color, whatever
look at me.
whatever our light
Warm.
temperature is here. I've got it set to that, and so we shouldn't have any of these weird, color shifts anymore.
That is weird.
So there, those are the comments for the week, Shane.
Yes.
Hey, if you want to talk about tanning beds with Shane more, you can write into comments@thescopeshow.com. Call the voicemail line 612-21-SCOPE. That's 612-217-2673. You can like our Facebook fan page. You can follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on Tumblr. Or you can subscribe to the brand new YouTube channel.
It's burning up the charts.
It's doing okay.
Right, Adam?
We seem to have plateaued a little bit, so I'm going to continue to push it.
I click like on everything I'm involved in.
You're the guy. All right.
I'm going to do that too.
No, you should. And you guys should maybe, share the videos around too, unless you're embarrassed by us.
Well, just Adam.
I do that.
YouTube.com/The Scope Show. All those links are on our website on the left sidebar at thescopeshow.com.
That's why I don't share it.
Yeah.
That exact moment right there.
Well, that's, just tell people to skip that little
Okay,
section.
I will.
Hey, you can also support the show. You can go into iTunes. You can review our show. Give it a 5-star rating.
All right.
Yeah. Also, if you like our show, share it with a friend. That's my big push for this cycle of shows. I'm going to talk about sharing it with a friend. Either share the audio or share the YouTube video with a friend. Say, hey, I enjoy this show. I think you would too. Check it out.
We are about giving ourselves to our fans. We want everyone to know about them. We want you to tell everyone about us.
Right.
If you enjoy it.
And we only know so many people, so we're really relying on our audience.
We've got
to
8
help us
people
out.
that we know. That's it.
It's the same 8 people.
The same 8 people. We
That's
run
the
in
sad
similar
thing.
circles. Our Google Plus stuff is really bad. We got one big circle. That's it.
No, one small circle.
No, it's not even a big circle.
Is it a squared circle?
It's a square circle.
Okay.
I'm Vince McMahon. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's all I got.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, what a show. All
right.
I mean, I'm winded by it. Guys, I'm going to tell you all about the Olympics, how I do next week, so get ready. It's going to be a big story.
Looking forward to it.
Cannot wait. So let's wrap this up. For Jared, Adam, and Shane, this is Shane saying thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, we find ourselves once again at the end. I hope you've enjoyed our time together. I know I have. Fear not, Scope faithful. The days shall pass as if they were but a moment, and Jared, Adam, and Shane will return with another thrilling episode. Until then, send your comments to comments@thescopeshow.com or leave a voicemail message by dialing
612-21-SCOPE. That's 612-217-2673.
Thanks for listening, faithful fans. This is Tony Partington saying sayonara. Tune in next time to another terrific edition of The Scope.